I think they renovated Harris or whatever. Thank you. Sorry. Words are hard.
It's the Poker News Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 920th episode of the Poker News Podcast. I'm Chad Holloway at Level 9 Studio in Las Vegas, joined by Mike Holtz and Ben Ludlow. We're in person again. This is my favorite way to do it, and we've got a good show. We're going to talk about Michael, the grinder Mizrachi, and his grinders game. I got an interview with him over at the Venetian. Going to show that to you in a few minutes. We're going to talk about David Coleman and the Poker Masters. We've got bracelet winners, including Shaun Deeb, Nick Palma, Josh Arieh. We're going to talk about the recent Run Good Poker Series Grand Prix in New Orleans, where I used to live. I'll tell you that story when we get there. And we're going to do I think it's the 7th code word in our NAPT Gold Pass giveaway. So those stories and more. Let's start with the grinder. Let me just get you guys' take on the grinder as a player. I mean, he's been around for decades. You know, he's the reigning WSOP main event champ, Poker Hall of Famer. What are you guys' thoughts on the grinder?
Legend. You know what I mean? He's won 4 PPCs. It's like the craziest shit ever. He won the main event in the same year. Absolute legend, and I love the fact that since he's won, he's gone out and done all this public-facing stuff. You know, he's really easy to access, and he's a great ambassador for the game, and someone who he's not like most people who've won the main. He's very personable and someone that I grew up watching. So yeah.
I just want to know how his brain works with poker. Like some people, they're so technical. They've studied. I just wondered, if Grinder just sees things differently than the way we do, and I wonder if it's some people see color or something, or see shapes, and that it ends up being how they add things together. There's some savanty different thing that he has that we don't, in terms of his ability to just understand the situation that he's in, or read a person, or really understand this person's intentions. So yeah, I mean, just one of the most naturally talented card players that's probably ever that's ever been born. So, I mean, to see him then win the main, and the stories about him kind of during the main, and that him and the boys were just kind of going out and he was just living his normal life leading through the main. It was just, I mean, the most legendary run ever in a summer, and just the way he did it was just...
And didn't win Player of the Year.
And didn't win Player of the Year.
Yeah.
But, that's a whole nother... We can have a whole podcast about that, but...
We've done that, actually.
Oh, have we?
Benjamin.
Okay.
Well, it was
pre-Ben.
Pre-BL.
Yeah.
Pre-BL, yeah.
But, I mean, legend, and... I loved the Snap Hall of Fame induction. I thought that was just
it was. Cool. Get it over with. He was going to be the next one next year, anyways. So,
and I think they should do more things like that, where there's there's a special circumstance, or we've decided as a group that this guy's a G. Let's get him in there. I like it.
I actually played with the grinder once. Several years ago. It was at the Rio. They did a bracelet winners only event. Oh. If you remember that. And
wait, you want a bracelet?
I did. Yeah. And I registered, right?
Yeah,
that was a fun one to play, and then he was at my table. Super tough to play against, especially when he's in a tournament that he I don't want to say he doesn't care per se, but he's ready to blast. And if he's ready to blast, very difficult to play against. I tried to play with him again just the other night because it was at the Venetian doing what's going to turn into a monthly tournament, a $200 buy-in Grinders Bounty event, which if you knock him out, you get $250. And he was there. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play with him at all. Didn't get much going. Brandon fucking Sunshine knocked me out. Thanks, Brandon.
Fucking Brandon.
What up, Brandon?
Sunshine, not again.
Brandon.
But it was cool because the grinder was there, and like you said, he's interacting with people, right?
Yeah.
And I interviewed him. I'm going to show that interview here in a minute before that bounty event. And he basically told me he's not stopped since he's won the main event in terms of just different opportunities, traveling, ambassador things, and he's not going to stop. He's like, I'm pretty much booked through February.
Sure.
And he was in Cyprus. He was racing a car with Ben Lamb somewhere recently.
So cool.
And he lives in Florida. He's in Vegas and doing these streams. He's actually got the Grinders game, which is going to be, I believe, a monthly live stream cash game at Venetian Poker Live. They just did the first one, so I think the next one is going to be November 17th, if I remember, and then the following day, the 18th, will be the $200 buy-in Grinders Bounty. But he was there taking selfies with people, taking the tournament serious.
Yeah.
It was just awesome. Like, when can you have access to somebody of his caliber like that? It's unheard of right now.
Yeah. No, it's cool stuff.
And I think like behind the scenes, I don't think he's stopped for a long time. I think he's been grinding private games and doing his thing in Florida and whatever. So for him to kind of like make this epic return to the main stage, if you will, is perfect for him in his life. And sort of like he's the perfect, I don't want to say he's the perfect ambassador because, you know, whatever. He's you know, he loves to party, do his thing, but he is kind of the perfect like grinder. Like you always, I always thought it was an interesting nickname. I was like, does that guy really grind? I mean, but he's out. I mean, look,
he's doing the damn thing.
He's doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me because I've been rewatching the NBC National Heads Up Poker Championship.
Oh yeah, from back in the day.
Yeah, from back in the day, 2005, 20 years ago. And there's Grinder, a young grinder in his 20s, like doing his thing. And it's the longevity of his career is impressive. And what is even more kind of just strange for me is at this Grinders Bounty event, his son was there.
Oh, really?
Drinking. So his son is 21 or over.
Oh, wow.
Like, you don't realize
I didn't know
about
that.
Wow, I didn't either.
Epic, actually.
Yeah,
Sick.
like,
so he's got to be almost 50.
I mean, I think he's.
Oh, it should be his son versus Helmuth's son.
Oh,
Heads up.
let's go.
We actually, so I think I'll look actually here, but I think he's like 44-ish would be my guess. And
Yeah,
his son when he was in his early 20s. But we were, Poker News was talking about we got to do some sort of generational poker thing, you know, with Helmuth and his sons and Grinder and his son, Joe Hashem and his son.
Oh, yeah.
Will the Thrill Faye son was playing this. There's all kinds of different ones now because people are, all those poker boom stars, you know, were maybe in their 20s or 30s or what have you and had young kids.
Yeah.
Well, those kids are now 20 years removed. They're old enough to play. And I don't know. That could
Mike's
be a lot
Daniel
of fun.
Negreanu's son, so it's
that's
that's
actually true.
Most people
but
don't realize.
No one actually. Yeah, I'm actually Canadian.
Yeah.
Michael
Shocker.
Mizrachi, 44 years old, born January 5th, 1981.
Okay.
So, yeah. The Grinder.
Shout out Grinder. Love to see Grinder grinding.
The Grinder
Grinder.
and I get to hang out in the Bahamas here very soon. I'll tell you more about that here in a minute. But I
Thanks
do want
for
to.
the invite.
Weren't you
Chad.
texting him earlier, Grinder?
Grinder?
I saw pop on your phone, Grinder.
I see what you did there.
Nice. No.
I did sit down
Maybe.
with the Grinder in the Venetian Poker Live studio. Check it out. Chad Holloway, Poker News, with the reigning World Series of Poker main event champ and the latest member of the Poker Hall of Fame, Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. Thank you for chatting with me here at the Venetian.
Thanks, Chad. Thanks for having me, man.
We're going to talk a little bit about, you have a game that takes place in this studio, Grinder's game, once a month here at the Venetian.
Once a month, yes. We played 50, 100. We're going to have probably a lot of different lineups. It went great, amazing action, and then I think next month I'll probably do a little bit bigger. We'll see.
That'd be interesting.
Different lineups.
Yeah, I know it's going to be F1 time. I talked to Tommy here at the Venetian. He said it's going to be on the 17th of November will be the next game.
Yeah.
Should be big. Will we see some of the Grinders' friends there? Maybe you got some brothers.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to play the same table with my brother, but if I'm going to give it, I'm not going to give it. He's too good. So. But my lineup, so I'm gonna have some pros, and then sometimes we're gonna have more recreational players, so people are a lot of fun to play with, so it makes it exciting. But we plan on having November 17th or 18th. Yes.
You're also doing these Grinder bounties. In fact, there's one that's going to take place here in just a few minutes. We're chatting before it, where you're going to play with some of the players here at the Venetian, and they have a chance of collecting a bounty on your head.
Yeah, it's a $200 buy-in, and then if you knock me out, $250, and I'm gonna shove in a lot, so. I'm giving action this one.
There you go. The next one for that will be November 18th is what Tommy told me. So excited. And I'm excited. I'm going to see you in just a couple of weeks again, but we're not going to be here in Las Vegas. We're going to be down in the Bahamas. It's the World Tournament of Slots. I've chatted with you about it before. This has been a build-up for months on end. Are you excited to get down there in the sunny Bahamas?
Of course. You would think you're going to play one of those big poker tournaments, but I'm doing a slot tournament, and everybody knows I like slot machines a lot. So hope to see you all down there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Your mother, Mama Grinder, is also a fan of the slots. We talked about that.
She'll be participating, for the $1 million. So hopefully she wins it and I get a little bonus.
And it's going to be interesting. I understand that you, as the reigning World Series of Poker champ, are going to take on last year's World Tournament of Slots champ. Her name is Stephanie. I don't know if she knows anything about poker, but you guys are going to kind of go head to head and have a little, little fun down there.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's do it.
Poker News will be down there. We'll be getting footage of all of it. And Grinder, I know they're waiting to play with you out there. Thanks for taking the time to chat with me.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, Sam.
All right, so there you have it. Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. I'm going to be doing some more content with him down in the Bahamas in just a couple of weeks because the World Tournament of Slots presented by My VIP is taking place at the Atlantis on Paradise Island, October 22nd through the 26th. Poker News is going to be there. It's going to be a little different, right? Because this isn't a poker thing, but we're going to cover it much like we would a poker event. So we're going to have social media. We're going to do a live blog. We're going to do videos. I'll do interviews. Do some fun stuff. We had our qualifier will be down there, so I'm going to catch up with him and just give it the Poker News treatment, and I'm looking forward to it. In fact, I'm going to be doing an episode of the podcast, unfortunately without you guys, from the World Tournament of Slots, and the Grinder will be joining me for at least a little bit on that show. So looking forward to that. Let's talk about Poker Masters. David Coleman captured the purple jacket, which has become one of the, I think, coolest and most prestigious trophies in poker. And
Sweet.
Yeah.
I feel like ever since I talk shit about him not being able to win heads up, he's just all we've done is talk about him winning things. So
He's, man, monstrosity. He's so good.
yeah,
I
he's
love,
so
I
good.
love
But
DC.
also, clearly, this is like the reverse Jeff Platt curse. So, like, if you want me to talk shit about you on the podcast so you can start winning, just DM me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
No, but congrats to the New Jersey Devil,
Yes.
David Coleman. I mean, I remember his first foray into the studio, and it was sort of like, oh yeah, this is guys. He's like the number one, crusher on WSOP.com. No one's better than him. Sorry, I'm just kidding. And he had some kind of like crazy hand with eights where there was this like, oh man, is this kid any good? He kind of like might have punted this like crazy ICM spot, and then has just done nothing but become one of the best in the world since then. So
I love his posture at the table, and I try it, but he does like
Yeah.
this, but like I don't get it. It's like this is so hard. Like,
we need to have more
But it's
flexible
a-
necks.
no, is it? Oh, is it because we're fat?
No,
I'm
chiropractor. We need
such a fat piece of
chiropractors.
shit. Oh
No,
yeah, I need chiropractics. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
has
yeah.
nothing to do with body weight.
Nothing at all.
Yes.
Nothing at all. And congrats to Brandon Wilson, too, who won the 25K.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let me
Another-
lay it out how it happened.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
lay it out, Chad.
David. So the Poker Masters was comprised of 10 events, and David Coleman won the opening one, which was the Poker Masters $2025 million showcase, 239 runners. He won that for $270,000.
Yeah, I played that.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy.
I think I won
$0
zero hands.
Oh, no hands even.
In between, then you had Mike Zolkner, Andrew Moreno, good friend of ours, taking down a title, Darren Elias,
And Zolker, good man.
Chino Ream, and then in event number 6, Alex Foxen won that event. And
Of course he did.
Coleman ended up finishing in 11th place in that one.
Okay.
So going into the final event, it was actually Alex Foxen who had the lead. Let me see. According to Poker Go, in the final event, Coleman needed a 3rd place finish or better to usurp Alex Foxen from the top of the standings, and he did that, finishing 2nd, as you mentioned, to Brandon Wilson. So he had those 3 cashes, ended up taking home, let me see, for 2nd place in that event, $355,000, Brandon Wilson, $464,000. Shout out to Doug Lee. Like, this is
He's crushing.
I guess.
Shout
No. Shout out Doug Lee.
Shout out my boy Doug Lee.
Doug Lee was on like an ESPN broadcast.
There you go, you got it.
ESPN Final Table a long time ago. Comes to the Poker Masters, and from what I understand, like won a satellite into that showcase for $500 or whatever. I don't know if he final tabled or what have, but like he won that, and then he cashed another one, and then he goes on to finish 3rd in this one for $220,000.
And right before that, he got 3rd or 2nd in that Venetian 3K, which I also donated to a couple times.
You're just
But-
really propping up the economy. in the
Mostly,
poker
I'm just,
landscape
I knew
pretty
Doug Lee
well.
needed it, so I was like,
Exactly. You're like,
I'm really trying to prop up the high roller economy.
You looked at
here.
his shoes. You're like, nah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got you, dog.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Doug's been killing it, and Saddied in, did that thing. I mean,
It was. I watched.
I'm
this,
not jealous at all.
Yeah, right,
Not
exactly.
at all.
I watched this
Yeah.
final table because aside from those 3, you also had Dylan Lindy,
Yeah.
Nick Schulman, Jason Koon. Right.
Pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
the boys.
Yeah, just-
Kuhn, Lindy,
Yeah.
Schulman, Doug Lee, the squad.
Koon took an absolutely sick beat. I don't know if you've seen this one.
And by the way, Koon knows this is not a bluff. Coleman is at the top of his range. How about, is he just calling? Is he that good where he says, you know what? If it's ace king, let me just see the flop first. Maybe we can get off it.
I mean, you think that's his intention here?
I do. I think he's got it down to ace king, kings, and aces. This helps.
He's got himself top set. And with the check now, Coleman playing 630 effective with Koon. Are we inclined to check back?
I mean,
or do we assume we have any fold equity?
I don't know what he's assuming in this case, but one thing is certain: whenever Koon just calls the 5-bet,
it's spooky.
It is spooky. He knows that Koon also at the top of his range. He may be considering, could I ever get another ace king to fold if he does shove? Can I force him off a chop? We block aces, we block kings. Yes, we're worried now clearly about top set. But if he does shove, I think it's with that intent to try and fold out what could be another ace king, and he does shove.
And you see Koon with the sporting immediate revelation of top set, but as much as he would love to be out of the woods, he is far from it. 4 jacks in this deck, 2 of them not available.
Well, boy, I'll tell you what.
Unbeknownst to Coleman. You see David demoralized, but now finds the flush draw.
Remember, Ali, 2 of those jacks were dead.
Well, now Jacob's got company in terms of Coleman's opportunities to win this one. And Jacob says hello.
There were 2 of those left in the deck. That is filthy.
It was sick. And Koon left with crumbs, busted in 6th place for $86,000 shortly thereafter, and Coleman goes on to win it.
Again, ever since I said David Coleman can't win heads up, all he's done is run really good. So just want to remind everyone.
No, he deserves it though too. He's a good guy, and a fan of the podcast as well, and he should come on here and he should come on here and hang out with the boys one day.
Would love
he used to be an online guy, right?
We battled a bunch online.
Yeah.
A bunch online.
I was like semi-joking when I said he was killing it on WSOP.com. Like, obviously, no one's as good as my boy right here.
True. I'm a fish.
Well, I'm just trying to make you feel better. But Coleman was like crushing on there for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys have played thousands of hands.
No, we played quite a bit of hands together, especially in like 2021, 2022, something like that. Yeah. No, he's always been really good, really tough opponent, and a great person too.
Well, another big winner and debatable as to a good person is Shaun Deeb. Just kidding. I like Shaun a lot.
Wow.
Shaun is great. I love Shaun. He gives me a lot of shit. His wife gives me a lot of shit, so I had to get a little back. But Deeb, I was happy to see, won his 8th WSOP gold bracelet. It ties him in 7th place now with 8 bracelets. He was at the WSOP Europe, took down event number 13, the 25,000 no limit hold'em GG million for 329,000 euros. I was surprised because I didn't even know he went over there. Until he won.
I feel like he usually does. I feel like he's one of the guys who's consistently gone to Rozvadov since it's been there.
This should be separate from WSOP, like the
It
US.
is.
No, but I mean, like, it's hard to consider these bracelets the same weight. You know what I mean? Like, it's a 25K, and he got 12 buy-ins or 13 buy-ins for first place.
I mean, this is, the online bracelet, the Europe bracelet.
Yeah, but even the online...
One of Daniel Negreanu's bracelets was in, remember the Asia, the APAC in Australia?
Of course, yeah. But and with online bracelets, you're facing thousands of people still, or hundreds of people. You know what I mean? It's more than that. And
your bracelet's a sham, Mike.
I know. I think online bracelets... No, but it's seriously, I think online bracelets should be separate as well. I think they should all have their own category, and they should be treated, as such.
Well, first of all, we already started with rings. Why don't we just expand the jewelry? You win an online championship, you get like a sick chain.
We've talked about that.
You go in Europe, you win like
a
a silly hat or something.
I want to say they they were gonna get chains and they didn't, or like something ridiculous. And I was like,
sick.
and when I was talking to them, I was like, "Yo, what are you talking about? You should have gotten a chain. That'd be so ill."
Cool. I know.
I think we talked about it once many episodes ago about maybe like different colored bracelets, right? So if it's like WSOP
okay.
Paradise,
Okay.
it would be kind of that bluish color.
Yeah,
Okay,
And
yeah,
gold bracelets here for the summer, and who knows, something like that.
And the online bracelets could just be an Apple Watch.
Exactly. I like that. I like that. Ring pop.
There was a tweet, along these lines. Mustafa Kanit tweeted. He said, "From all places in Europe, how the fuck you end up organizing the WSOP in Rozvadov over and over? Even if you win, you don't want to go back there. That place is bad for poker, bad for the soul.
Yeah.
I hope they found a location one day because I would like to play that main event."
I mean, same.
Yeah, me too.
The good news
If it was
is
in Prague, I would go. If it's Rozvadov, no.
Well, good
Did I
news.
spoil it?
It's going to Prague. Yeah.
It is.
Oh, is it really? I swear I didn't know that. My bad.
The WSOP
it's
just
sick,
tweeted,
actually.
major news in partnership with Poker Room Kings Prague, WSOP Europe 2026 will take place at the Hilton Prague in the Czech Republic, running March 31st through April 12th of 2026. The schedule will be released soon, and so the players kind of getting their wish there, I think.
Sweet.
That's actually really sick.
I'll be there. Shout out Kirk Brown, our new WSOP.com.
Shout out my boy
employee. He's
Kirk
going to hook
Brown.
it up.
I love Prague.
better.
I don't know if
What
either of
else?
you have had the opportunity to go. I used to cover the EPT Prague.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite cities in the world. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've never been to Rozvadov. I had heard bad things, and like the property itself, I hear is great. The food,
There's
the
nothing
service,
around it.
but there's just nothing to do around it, and it's not the easiest to get to. So it's one of those where it's like conflicted. It's like I would like to be able to say in my poker career, I went to the WSOP Europe there. I've been to the one in Cannes and in London before, but I'm also like, do
I've
I
heard
really want to subject
whisperings
myself?
of like questionable stuff over there too, with security and everything like that. With not I'm not
Different part of the world, Michael.
unsubstantiated rumors, but
Well, let's discuss those.
let's talk
on our
about
podcast.
Let's
The
go to
WSOP
QAnon.com and
I was reading in the press release, the WSOP Europe has been to, it started in London, if you remember.
I remember watching all the main events there with like Helmuth and Christian Harder running deep in one.
Mercier went deep in one in London too. I think in his like early crushingness.
Yeah, we know ball.
Doyle actually played in one over there.
He
traveled over there when I remember. It is going to be 15 gold bracelet events. They did announce for it. They don't have the schedule yet, but so
it's in March, you said?
Yeah, March into April.
Okay,
March
nice.
31st, so the end of March to April 12th.
It's a good timing, actually.
So it says, since its inception in 2007, WSOP Europe has celebrated excellence all across the country with host cities. So it has been in London, in Cannes, France, in Paris, France.
Yeah, Paris.
In Rozvadov, of course. And then the one that I seemed to overlook until I read it again, I'm like, oh yeah, it was in Berlin one year. Berlin, Germany.
Really? That would be
Really?
cool.
What year was that?
I'd have to go back and look.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's been some names who've won. Annette Oberstad,
Mateos.
of course.
Oh, wow,
Adrian
yeah.
Mateos, Kevin McPhee, John Jawanda, Elio
McPhee.
Fox.
Yeah, shout him up on
Jack Sinclair, Phil Helmuth. I was there when Helmuth won the
Yeah.
WSOP Europe main event. That one was in Cannes. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited that it's getting a change. If
No,
you will,
I
'cause
hope
do
I get
think
to
it
go.
grew stale in Rozvadov.
Yeah. I also just think like, the WSOP now and under new ownership is not only, but is very focused on their global footprint, being a company that's owned by, a Korean company. So we're going to see a lot more Europe, Asia, super circuit events in, Cyprus or wherever. So I think if you like to travel and you like the WSOP, it's going to be a good couple of years.
And if Poker News likes its,
That's
it's
true.
its people here, then maybe they'll send them
I mean,
over. Send the three of us.
But
over
like
there,
World
we'll
Series of Slots,
Hey,
we
you
didn't
never
get,
know what
we
we're
didn't, or World Tournament of Slots.
Yeah, but we didn't request anything beforehand.
That's
Now
true.
we're like,
now it's on the record.
the boys are out in Prague. Boys are out in Prague.
I would like to see a WSOP series, like a bracelet series of some sort in South America.
That would be sick.
It's never been
Reasonable.
done.
Brazil.
The Brazil would make sense. So.
Brazil.
Yeah. I'll go.
I have been
too.
to South America 3 times for Poker News, for Poker Stars, what was the LAPT at the time.
Oh, that's sick,
Argentina was my first ever gig with Poker News. Then I went to Colombia and Chile, where I got to experience an earthquake. So
Chile, you say?
yes. Speaking of Poker Stars, this is a good time, I suppose, for me to drop the next code word in our NAPT Gold Pass giveaway, $10,000 package to next month's NAPT at Resorts World. If you recall, we've been dropping a code word across the Poker News podcast and the MSPT podcast presented by Poker News. 10 episodes. This is going to be the 7th code word. If you don't know the others, you can go back and watch, because on our October, I think it's the 23rd episode, we will drop one last code word. It will be 10 words that spell out a phrase, and you'll have an opportunity to send me that phrase to be entered to win an NAPT Gold Pass. So one lucky winner going to Vegas. This week's code word is, believe it or not, and it was this before the show started, grinder.
Oh.
With an E.
Wow. Oh, wow.
With an E.
Yeah, with an E. Yeah, very
Not like
fair.
the one on my phone. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, that is your code word. And this is a good way just to then segue into recent tournament winners presented by Poker News, starting with the Run Good Poker Series Grand Prix New Orleans main event. This is a stop that is back on the schedule. First time since 2015, the Run Good has been there. New Orleans, I've been there. I used to live there. I went to law school there for a year. I
And
did not
the
finish,
circuit
but-
was back there too.
Yes.
For the first
So
time.
New Orleans
in
is kind of
ever.
rebounding.
Yeah. I think they renovated Harrah's or whatever. Thank you. Sorry. Words are hard. It's a cool property. It's in a cool spot in New Orleans, and it was like a pretty nice hotel when I stayed there. I went down there for a bachelor party. And
So fucking
it was,
cool,
it was
dude.
fun.
It's so cool,
dude. I have
dude.
friends.
Yeah, I
went down there for several bachelor parties.
Have
Actually,
you been to New Orleans?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
it's tough for us because it's the sweatiest place on earth.
Oh, yeah.
No,
so hot.
I went with my
So
mom and my
sweaty.
sister, and we ate edibles. And my mom was way too stoned, and she thought there was like the parrots on the balcony. She was like, "Parrots are up there."
She's like mid beignet. Like,
There's so many beignets. Yeah.
This did take place at, it used to be Harrah's. I think they've rebranded, like you said, to Caesars.
oh,
now.
Caesar. Okay, sorry.
It used to be.
used to be
That's
Harrah's.
where I played. Like when I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
going to
yeah.
law school, 2007, I would take my books to the table there. And in 2007,
pretty cool. Flex.
like if you were in 2007, people ask me all the time, like, it wasn't, if you knew what you were doing in poker, it wasn't if you were going to win, it was how much.
You were literally
Yeah.
Matt Damon in Rounders.
yeah.
Did you date that girl too?
I
Gretchen
did not.
Mol?
And like I ended up, I did
old
end up
Gretchen.
like, essentially dropping out for poker, and now here we are. So
Here we are.
it got 307 runners in the main event, $800 buy-in. It was won by Jeremy Gaubert for $46,000. He's been a grinder in the Southern poker scene for over 15 years.
Little brother of Rudy Gaubert. Shout out.
I knew. I felt it coming.
He knew it.
Pause.
yeah. My jokes are that predictable. Sweet.
No, I wanted to go for the same joke.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Gotta be faster.
Another winner, this albeit online, because there's a WSOP online bracelet
Don't point at
series
me.
going.
Yeah, online.
Like this fucking idiot
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
stay behind your computer.
Yeah, you like it at your house, huh?
Well, there were actually two. Josh Arieh,
Oh,
who
yeah.
is crusher. He had 6
kidding.
bracelets.
Shout out Josh.
Nominated for Poker Hall of Fame, I think, and one of the
We'll get in there.
favorites.
Great guy.
Love Josh.
Took down event number 6, No Limit Hold'em Ultra Deep Stack for his 7th gold bracelet and $67,000. This one was interesting because we didn't know about it because. Like, who's really monitoring the online events these days? And plus,
Well, if
it's
you
the
follow
screen name.
I mean, I
if you
cast
follow
that
what I'm
event.
saying,
If you
So.
follow Rachel Arieh's wife, she'll tell you exactly what the hell happened.
And that's what she did. She tweeted that, PSA, in case anyone was wondering, Josh Arieh won bracelet number 7 last night. He has officially lifted the 2nd place curse. This is a show of lifting curses, Ben.
we're cursed.
He's not gonna-
I gotta start talking about
Yeah.
myself more.
No,
than
exactly.
He's not going to
No,
post or
you're
tell anyone,
never
but
gonna win.
I am.
Heads up.
So thanks for listening, and you're welcome for the update. That's what she said. So, and then
you're welcome.
yeah, I mean that's cool. We've talked about online bracelets, how they might not be the equivalent of live events. That's my take on it. However, I do think they are a great addition to a poker resume.
Yeah.
Right. So Josh Arieh's already had a poker Hall of Fame worthy career, and so now adding an online bracelet to that, I think, really helps diversify it even further. Same with Eric Seidel. Eric Seidel won an online bracelet. So to me, I think that is pretty cool. So
Yeah. If part of the Hall of Fame criteria is performing in all the stakes and all the forms and cash and tournaments and longevity, etc., yeah, something like winning an online bracelet in a huge field can only be helpful, right? Also, we didn't talk about how I cashed that event.
Dude, you fucking cashed.
So for $500 buy-in, I got like $830.
That boy cashed that shit.
Also, I 2-outed Mike the other day.
Oh my god, I do remember that.
That was tough.
You guys were more upset the other day about this Joe Flacco trade. That was what you were talking about.
I just want to. First of all, I'd like to, if Joe Burrow, if you're listening, I love you.
Yeah.
If you need my toe and my foot, I'll sacrifice it to you. But yeah, the Bengals. I'm a huge Bengals fan. We got Joe Flacco. I mean, there's just something about Flacco, man.
Jesus.
No. I mean, he is, I don't know. I mean, he's been my rival in the AFC North for like 30 years, so it'll be interesting. The vibes are pretty awful in Cincinnati, though. So
no, they're not good over there. Yeah,
Same
you guys
in
need more
Miami.
Skyline chili.
I mean, Jake Browning's fiance is the only thing kind of keeping me involved in the team.
I'm assuming she's incredibly attractive.
And she's very funny and posts lots of good stories. Shout out.
Are you in love with Jake Browning's fiance?
You know what? And look, he's kind of on the down, and I'm kind of on the up.
No, that's what I was saying, dude. No, you were just smashing
and
dudes.
Very
the other day.
similar. We're both like 6'5". We both played we have high school quarterback records in California. Very
that's
similar
true
guys.
too. Yeah,
You know, somebody else who is on the up is Nick Palma.
Oh,
Nicky P.
is he really? Tell me about it.
He won his first WSOP bracelet. It was an online event number 7, $2,000 big PKO, 199 entries. Won it for $79,000.
Pretty sick.
Put out a tweet and saying, "I talk smack sometimes, but everyone knows I respect all the players and grinders." Yeah. And there was some real tough competition in the end of this one. It feels really good. Yeah, congrats to Nick Palma. He's going to come on the show. He messages me. He wants to come on the show sometime. We're going to make it happen eventually, Nick, I promise. But this was a guy who he's lost a lot of weight recently.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, been getting in shape. Had a summer where he got backed by Negreanu, essentially, I think, because Negreanu drafted him in the 25K league. So, was getting some opportunities there. And, just seems to have a positive outlook right now.
Yeah, it does feel like he's really, from when I first met him and saw his online presence to now, like I feel like he's brighter, he's been getting more sunlight, he's just the kid's doing it.
More stable, all of the above.
Yeah.
Look, say what you will about some of these people who have had, questionable pasts, et cetera, but the guy puts up pretty good results.
He's a great
regularly.
player. I found tabled an event with him. I can't obviously brag about this.
Sick.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Okay.
In like 2021, 2022, something like that. Great guy. Great player. I do like Nick Palma. He's authentic. He gets in a little drama sometimes. He might get a little heated. He also has questionable tactics with attempting to get women on Twitter, just like viral, just like tweet, just be like, hey, I'm going to the Bahamas on these dates. If you guys want to come through, I'm not saying I'll take a nice woman with me.
8 events are in the
if
books.
It works, good for you. Fuck.
Look, it's Bahamas.
Maybe I need to change my strategy.
Yeah.
8 events are in the books in the WSOP online fall schedule. Still 25 events to go. I assume you guys will be playing at least some of those. I might even play one. I'm going to be in Michigan this weekend when there is a $600 tournament that I was like, yeah, maybe I'll give that a go if I can. So
heck yeah. They need they need someone to enter.
Okay. I've had a few online caches.
No. I meant like Michigan needs someone to enter.
Yeah. Michigan's actually a decent amount of the population to fuck your joke up. Sorry about that.
Oh, really?
No,
Sick.
it's okay.
What's the guy? There's a guy who's like the Michigan goat who's got like 9 circuit rings only in Michigan. I played with him this summer.
Satera?
Yeah.
Mike Satera. He's gotten a couple since the Vegas merger too, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Merger.
Well, let's talk about one more winner, and this was in the Rough Rider, I think it is, the Rough Rider Poker Tour Tri-State Poker Championship in North Dakota. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I like to give a little shine to these because
we're all about that. I was just going to make a Rough Rider joke. I was just waiting for Mike. I'm like,
I wasn't sure.
It's your turn.
I couldn't craft one that was. I was the appropriateness level to the funniness levels that weren't matching. You know what I mean?
Look, it's tough being.
You're going to be a Rough Rider later today if you don't.
This funny, this appropriate, this fast. It's not everyone can do it.
I wanted to make a sexual reference about that. All right,
shout out Rough Rider.
Shout out North Dakota, known for its sexual prowess.
The RPT did team up with the Dakota Poker Tour for this one, $650 buy-in main event at the Dakota Magic Hotel and Casino. 351 runners, was won by Bridget Johnson.
Hell
for
yeah.
$35,000, defeating Mark Fink, who's actually really accomplished, a well-known player in the Midwest, and heads up play. And I like to spotlight not only these smaller kind of tours and events that put on great tournaments, but also when there's a female winner. I think it's important to
both.
in these open events. So
no, very sick stuff. And apologies for the jokes earlier.
I mean, when you name it Rough Rider, it's
They
knew
bound
what they
to
were
happen.
getting into.
When you have me on the show, you know what's going to happen.
Exactly,
I'm going to take the low-hanging fruit, you know?
I
can't help it. It's just there.
Well, Nikki P's on the podcast now. It's crazy.
I want to tease next week's episode because we are going to have a special guest here in the studio. Brian Oken, who runs Oken's Game on the Venetian Poker live stream. This is one we've covered in the past where Michael the Grinder Mizrachi, Martin Cabral have played there, Matt Berkey, a bunch of others, and some breakout stars from the game like Royski. And so Brian has agreed to come in studio and give us the opportunity to get to know him a little bit more and open up a little bit about the game. So I'm really looking forward to that episode next week.
Yeah, I think, I've always, as someone who's always played tournaments and primarily tournaments, like I've always struggled to watch cash games and kind of get involved. And, some of the creator stuff or like celebrities, it's always nice. And you see these hustler streams and whatever. Sometimes you get the clips of the huge $1 million pots and that's exciting. But I feel like I've started to watch some of the Oken's Game and seeing the clips. And I feel like it's a great balance because there are a lot of like really, really strong tournament players and cash game players. It's a little bit more of a balance of there are the great characters, there's the crazy gambling, the good, huge pots, but people like the Grinder, people like Julian Martini, JRB, Cabral, really serious world-class players too. So it's like the balance that I've always looked for to get more involved in the cash game streets or as a viewer at least. So it's been great and I'm excited to talk to Brian.
Yeah, it's a great game. I think it's fun and I think it's entertaining.
And we're looking for money to get in.
Yeah, someone give me money.
Please, money.
Give me money right now.
Money, please.
Money, please.
Well, definitely check out that episode next week with Brian Oken, and the three of us will be here in studio. Before I end this episode, I do want to remind you to like, subscribe, give us a 5-star review, and please, if you want to win that $10,000 gold pass, make sure you are compiling the code words. It is nearing the end. We're going to be selecting a winner in just a few weeks. I want to end this episode with an interview that I did with a gold pass winner. So somebody who is already going to be at the NAPT, and his name is Chris Bilinsky. He joined me for an interview to talk about what it's like to win an NAPT gold pass because I wanted to give the viewers a taste of what, you could be in his shoes. So
$10K, right?
$10K. So we will toss that interview here at the end of the episode. Until then, Mike Holtz, Ben Ludlow, Chad Holloway. We'll keep a seat open for you, but check out this interview with Chris Bilinsky. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am with our guest this week, Gold Pass winner Chris Bilinsky from Pennsylvania. Chris, thanks for taking the time to chat with us, and congrats on winning your Gold Pass.
Thanks, Chad.
It's exciting to talk. We're giving away a Gold Pass on the Poker News Podcast. And so I wanted to also chat with some people who have won theirs. This is like a $10,000 package. It's going to get you to the NAPT. I've got a questionnaire from you, so I already know a little bit about you. But you've been to Vegas before. You aren't a professional poker player, though.
No, not. I've always wondered if it's possible, if I could do it or should do it. But no, I'm a school psychologist.
Yeah, and you've been doing that, what did it say, for 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years. 7 long years.
Well, but you're no stranger to poker. You learned around the moneymaker time from what I could tell, and play primarily, though, online, right?
Yeah, it's funny. You actually said that they're from Pennsylvania. I've been from both. I'm pretty much, when people from outside the area ask me where I'm from, I say I'm from Philly. But I live in South Jersey now. I've kind of bounced around between South Jersey and Philly.
At least 2 states that have online poker.
Right. Can't complain about that.
It was online that you won your Gold Pass, right?
It was, yeah. It was in Jersey, but yes, yeah. It was the Summer Stacks main event or whatever, yeah.
Nice. What was that tournament like? Big field? How much did you win for that one?
I think that was like $16K. The winner. It was a $100 buy-in, which is actually a little bit unusual for the Poker Stars main events, but I'm not going to complain about a thing.
Yeah, I mean, and plus you get this gold pass, which is valued at $10,000, a seat into the upcoming NAPT. Is that something you're excited about? I seen from your, the questionnaire, it's interesting because, correct me if I'm wrong, but your wife is going to be pregnant when we possibly play this tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was like a huge heads up because I think it was 16K for the first there, and then like end the pass, and then like I think 10. So it was a pretty big bubble there. But yeah, no, my wife is going to be. We're expecting our first kid January 22nd. It's going to be a boy, so looking forward to it. And yeah, it's right on the point there. I don't think she's supposed to fly. She wants to, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's really, it's not being in Vegas or anything like that. It's really, she's just nervous about the flight and feeling like crap. So
sure. Well,
can't complain.
I mean,
I don't have issues with that.
Well, congratulations, on the upcoming first child. That's exciting. And, exciting you win this gold pass. A lot of good things happening for Chris Bilinsky right now, huh?
Yeah. Hopefully some diaper money.
Right. And, tell me, are you excited about this event? I know you were just in Vegas this summer. You do play a little bit at the World Series, but are you excited to come out in November, head over to Resorts World and play in the NAPT?
Yeah, never been to Resorts World. It looks like it's going to be a great event. I've heard a lot of things about how PokerStars runs great events, and they do a great job when they come to live casino in Philly. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the Vegas version. I imagine it's going to be a lot more a lot more around it there. So just really excited to get a chance to play there. And it's probably the last time I'm going to get to kind of do something like this for the next couple of years. So it's kind of like maybe cash in a little bit now. So yeah, real excited.
Yeah, hopefully you get the run good. And it's got the makings of a great story. I've reported many for Poker News over the years, like, expecting the first child, ships the NAPT main event, wins a lot of money. Yeah, maybe it's in the stars.
Yeah, write it up now. Yeah.
All right. Well, Chris, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with us. We're going to see you at the NAPT coming up in November. Poker News will be there, and we'll get you in the updates, get some photos and whatnot. And I wish you the best of luck.
All right. Sounds good. Looking forward to it, Chad.